What's going on, guys? Billy here, and today we got our first app update for the Skydio 2 companion application that is also accompanied by a firmware update for the aircraft itself. Now, this is version 5.41.3, and it features one brand new change, that is added telemetry. It really doesn't matter what you plan on using your Skydio 2 for, whether you want to have it track you autonomously or whether you want to fly it manually using your remote controller. Telemetry data is one of the absolute most important things that you can have to refer to, because when you're flying your drone, you want to know how it's performing and you want to know where it's sitting in its current space. So I know that when I look up at my drone in the sky sometimes, I lose depth perception and I don't get an understanding of exactly where it's at. So I use the camera live feed on my mobile device to get an understanding of what's around it, and also I can use that telemetry data to see how far away I am and to see how high I up in the air. Now, in this video, I want to accomplish two things. Well, really three things. First of all, I want to show you guys what the telemetry data looks like. Second of all, I want to see if it's accurate, because I know that with my Mavic Mini, I've flown it, and I've noticed that the telemetry data is inaccurate. In fact, if you saw one of my videos early on when I got the Mavic Mini, there was a bug where it was incorrectly showing that telemetry data. So, for example, it would show that the drone was falling at a very fast pace. It was going to like negative 300 feet, I believe, and also it showed that I was flying at 60 miles an hour, when I can tell you I was not flying at 60 miles an hour. Now, another thing that I want to check out is like how fast this drone can fly, maybe up and down, and maybe see how far it can go a little bit. I'm not going to take it out too far, but we're going to look at that telemetry data to see exactly how the Skydio 2 performs. Alright, so the drone lifts off. We'll shoot this up just to get it away from the microphone. So as you guys can see, that telemetry data is sitting up there in the top left corner. It shows us our speed, it shows us our distance, and it shows us our height. Whoa, did you guys see that? Alright, I'm going to go full throttle straight up, and let's see how fast the drone goes. So I'm only flying straight up. Wow. It is moving 18, 19, almost hitting 20 miles an hour going straight up. That's pretty incredible. Okay. So the telemetry data right now is showing us our speed, it's showing us the distance away from the remote controller, and it's also showing us our height. There's one tweak, I guess, that I want to kind of put in here. I wish they had two different levels of speed measurement, so you had your vertical and your horizontal speed measurement, because right now it's kind of trying to combine them, I think, and giving you an idea at how fast your drone is moving, but I wish that they split this up into two different, I guess, speed readings. So let's see. Let's take this drone out over towards the statue. This is the Soldiers and Sailors Monument here in New Haven, Connecticut. So right now we're at 400 feet. We're at about 250 feet away. I don't have my remote controller pointed directly at the drone. I want to make sure that I'm continuing to talk to you guys here. But it seems like the video feed is coming back very good. It says we're getting some high winds here. Very high winds. Alright. So we're still cruising at about 15 miles an hour. We'll push that button down on the back. We're starting to get about 20 miles an hour. I think that we're facing a headwind going that way, so when we come back, we'll really get an idea at just how fast this drone is moving. Alright, so now let's take a look at what the video looks like on this camera. I know we've already looked at this, but man, I can already tell that the video is going to look great coming through here on my screen. And I'm not even looking at the full resolution version of it. 4K 60 is going to look absolutely beautiful. So right now we're at 395 feet high. We're right by this this hill right here. I would actually probably consider it somewhat of a mountain. So let's try and go higher, because we've got a lower elevation here. And it seems like the drone is not letting me go over 400 feet. So right now I'm trying to fly upwards. It's locked in at 401, 402 feet. So it seems like there is some sort of height cap on this drone. I can say that I did fly it earlier, and I did try to go higher than 400 feet, and it stopped at 450. And then it kept climbing, and I found that like the drone wasn't moving anywhere, but it seemed like the telemetry data was telling me that I was climbing a little bit higher. So that's a little bit worrisome, because I don't want it to be wrong. I don't want to not know where the drone is. And I don't want to think that my drone is higher than it actually is. I guess I can say that. All right, so now let's bring it down. We're going to try and do a test of the actual speed here. So we're whipping right now at 32, 33 miles an hour. I'm also sort of descending downward. So let's just go straight forward, full steam ahead. we're getting about 33 miles an hour. I can tell you guys that it is windy up here, and up at 377 feet, I'm not sure what the winds are like. We're getting to about 34 miles an hour. I think the one thing I was most impressed with is how fast the drone could go straight up. So now let's point our camera straight down, and I'm going to have this drone fall as fast as it can. So we're now pushing it or pulling it down as fast as it can come. We're at about 7.5 miles an hour. I think that was the top speed, the top descending speed that we got here. 6-ish miles an hour is what it seems to be averaging at. So that's pretty good. I'm really impressed at how fast it can fly upwards. Let's try that out again. Let's push that throttle straight up. You can hear it in the background. It's really pushing those motors hard. About 20, oh man, now we're almost getting 21 miles an hour straight up. That's pretty incredible. I'm gonna spin you guys around here. Take a look at New Haven to our left. Pretty beautiful scenery over there. I kind of wish the sun was in a different area. If the sun was like right behind my drone, it would look gorgeous. But I think that works out perfectly for what is to our right, and that is this hill, this mountain, whatever you want to call it, with the Soldiers and Sailors Monument. All right, so we looked at the telemetry data. That's pretty awesome. I did notice again that connecting to the actual remote controller with your mobile device has been a lot easier. It feels so much smoother. So let me land this drone really quickly, and then we'll kind of touch base and do an outro here. Alright, so right off of the bat, I'm pretty impressed with the performance of the Skydio 2. The proof is sort of in the pudding now. We can see how far it can fly and how fast that it can fly. But I think that the addition of telemetry gives us a look into what we can expect from the Skydio development team in the future. They're listening to us, and they're going to make these changes quick and fast for us, which is great, because I want a nice long lifespan out of this drone. I want to be able to fly this in a year, and it feels different than when I'm flying it right now because of all of the improvements that have been made, and I'm really glad the Skydio team is listening, and I'm glad that they're adding some things that we want to see in this drone. It really is a good indication of what's to come. There's still a lot to be added. I wish I could see like the gimbal pitch of my drone. I wish that I could see the two different variations of speed, my vertical and my horizontal speed. There's a lot of things I want to see. A lot of them are very nitpicky, but there's so much they can do to make this drone even better than it already is, and I'm really excited. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, I'll talk to you later. Peace.